everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Kyra and I am here today to talk to you about my journal for December. So I'm feeling like I'm recovering, which is really great. And that includes with my journal. It's still shifting, it's still changing a lot because once again, I've come back to the point where let's not spoil it. We'll talk about that in an upcoming video. Stay tuned. I'll talk to you all about what I'm planning to do with my journaling practices in the new year. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe, all this stuff. Anywho, I set about to do my predictions for December. And my card for December that I pulled in my year ahead spread is the Chariot. And I pulled two more cards, the Eight of Swords and the Pentacles. But really what started to... there was a few quotes in my Starseeker Tarot guidebook that really brought together this theme. And that's from the Chariot: a person walks forward in the desert, confident in her direction, although there is no obvious path. The idea of moving forward without knowing where you're moving towards. And then there was, you have the power within yourself to be a leader, and then claim your power and set yourself free. And it all came down to this idea of joyful movement. And I wanted to have a theme of like happy snow and suns because it's December and it's adorable. So I determined from this that my theme for December, my December is about joyful movement. The idea, the thing I'm kind of pondering and trying to work with is the idea that like when each step is taken in joy, you can trust you'll reach a joyful outcome. That kind of idea. And I really want to work on the things that are me moving and doing joyful things. I want to bring some joy back in my life. So then I turned to this page, my Cosmic Guided Life Goals, which I did do a video with this. I'll link it. I'll link it up above in the cards. And I was looking at this and I was thinking, okay, this is Sagittarius season. For me, that's my 6th house, which is the house of physical or external health. It's the house of day-to-day life routines. And I'm in the time of the year where I really work. The overall theme in fall for me is about resetting. And I'm resetting in preparation for winter. So my brain just kind of stopped for a second there. So I was looking at it and I came up with my theme for December is decluttering. And this isn't just a physical decluttering, although that is a part of it. It's a decluttering of my overall space. And looking at that, I dove into setting up. So I left a couple blank pages, and here is my December title page. I love it. It's adorable. I put the word surrender. It's my last month with that word. And I wrote just this little thing that came into my head. And it said, snow brings a childlike joy that whispers, play with me. What if you surrendered to it? So there is my title page. I definitely was just leaning into the snowy theme, but I wanted to capture the energy of that snowy day when it's beautiful and sunny out. And you just can kind of feel the magic in the air, or at least I can. So there's my title page. The first set of pages refer back to this. The first set of pages I have here refer back to my Cosmic Guided Life Goals, that page we were just looking at. So from my Honeycomb Personal Almanac, which I will link my review video of up above in the cards, I pulled out, hold on, my cat keeps knocking something around. So I pulled out the information from that monthly like overview page. So this is a sky map that shows the movements that are going on of the planets in the month of December. Very excited that Jupiter will be re-entering Aries. Here we've got the stations. So 2 retrogrades will be ending. Neptune's retrograde will be ending when it stations direct. Chiron's retrograde will be ending when it stations direct. And a Mercury retrograde will be starting at the very end of the month when it stations retrograde. That page also has the full moons. These are all the times on that you see on this are in my time zone, Eastern time. So just bear that in mind. So this month we have the full moon on the 7th and the new moon on the 23rd of December. Then here's a list of all the transits that are happening. These are mundane transits, so they happen with everybody. And so we've got a list of those going on. The ingresses, this is when a sign moves from one, or this is when a planet moves from one sign into another. So Mercury enters Capricorn, Venus enters Capricorn, Jupiter enters Aries, the Sun enters Capricorn. And then I have some outer planet natal transits going on. So Jupiter in Aries will come conjunct with my midheaven in Aries. That's very exciting. I actually might want to highlight that. Anywho, so I put all that information here. I'm still figuring what exactly... I'm still learning and figuring how exactly I might use the astrological information, but I really liked and really wanted to have it here. And then on this side, I wrote a box with the 6th house. It's day-to-day life, external health. That's the themes. I did my little graph I've been doing where the first one I write how I scored. I write the score I had here. So this was a level 3. So I wrote a level 3. I write a score of it starting the season and then at the end of the season. So I still have to fill those out. And then here's a place for me to write my actual goals, plan things that I want to do some decluttering. Now, I'm not expecting to do everything on this list. That's not very realistic. However, I want to actually work on the goal setting. I'm trying. I don't know how to put into words exactly what it is I'm trying to do, but I want to actually work on my day-to-day life, my external health, my decluttering. I love this process I've done this year of checking in with each area of my life as the sun enters that area and really focusing in on that and seeing how I want to improve it. So I've written like decluttering I want to do in my room. And then here at the side, I have a little tracker because it's not just physical decluttering I want to do. I also want to do noise decluttering. So I'm trying not to like put on a bunch of things on in the background and just give myself more quiet space and less like noise pollution in my life. And I also want to do tech decluttering. So I have those to track where I can just give a little check mark if I work on it that day. Next, we have my tarot pages. So I have the month in tarot, which I'm still using, still liking it. I haven't taken as many notes this month on it, like in the month of November, because it's been a weird, life is weird. Oh yeah, I just remembered something I wanted to add. I'll add that. And then here I have a page for my card. I want to start doing this. I want a page where I can write down like, when I pull the Chariot card, if there's a particular Chariot quote that comes up, or if I have a very big Chariot moment or something, I want to have a page that I can fill. I'm really leaning into this idea right now of these pages that I can fill throughout the month and create something. So I really wanted a page for my tarot card of the month that I can write my observances, write my lessons, write my quotes I come across that are really salient chariot moments, right? In this case, it's the chariot because that's my card. But I want a page where I can write down the things throughout the month, the moments where I'm like, oh, there's my card. Or if I read about my card in a guidebook, I'm like, ooh, this is a really good quote about this. This is resonant, so I can have that. So I've got that. I've got a big calendar. I decided to do my symptoms and medicine as a big calendar. I admit I'm a little nervous with this setup because I've leaned back into taking up space. And this year there's been a lot of back and forth. There's been the layer of learning I don't have to take up space just because there is space there. And then once I understand that I'm not required to take up space, then it's relearning that I can take up space that is available if I want to. I just don't have to. So I'm leaning into that with my journal. We'll talk about it more. Don't worry. But so I made my symptoms and medicine tracker back into a nice big calendar. And I got a tiny little horrible snowman here in the sun. I love it. It's ridiculous. And then the rest of these are all open format pages. So I have sunshines and snows. So my idea here is when something joyful happens that I want to remember, I'll draw a little sun and I'll write what happened. And when something magical happens that I want to remember, I'll draw a snowflake and write what happened. Because sunshine to me is joy and snow to me is like magic. And then here we have my family adventures page. This is a new thing we're trying. I'm going to sit down with my family, my wife and our son, and we're going to take turns coming up with a list of 31 things we want to do and each day. Not like do all 31 every single day, not like that, but like we might write, have a snowball fight, make snow angels, go for a walk, read a book together, watch a movie, those kinds of things. So each day we can pick something on the list and do that thing together. And we're going to take turns putting things on the list so that way it's well-rounded, and so that way all of us have things that we would like to do with our family included on it. So we've got that for our family adventures. Then I really, like I said, I really wanting to lean in and allow myself to take up space. And plus, I can't lie, I am also partially determined I'm not starting a new year in this notebook, so I'm gonna fill up the pages. So my gratitude victories, Zariah and Cameron log, I gave them each a page, and I left them open free format because this is the type of journaling that I want to lean into. I want to have a space to write a bit more if I want to for how I'm feeling for my gratitude. I don't really like summarizing and point forming these. So I'm just letting them be like this. And I apparently forgot to erase these little X's. And then the only other thing I'm going to do, because I forgot to do, is I do want to try and do a favorites page. So I'm going to make a favorites page and then start my dailies here. The other thing that I'm doing in my journal right now is I am doing a weekly spread. You can see hints of what's going on in my journal coming back in. So I am doing a weekly spread again, and then I'm dividing, these are some new things going on. And then I'm dividing my dailies into 4. It's really important to me. My practice is really growing, and it's growing around seasonal things. So I really it's really important to me to have my journal last me a season. And I mean, there you have it. That is my journal setup for the month of December. Stay tuned because there are going to be more journaling videos coming up. I've got a video where I want to talk about working with the moon in my journal, working with my personal moon in my journal. I'm really excited about that. And I've got that coming at some point. I don't know when. And then there's the whole like setting up for the end of the year, talking about that, all sorts of journal things. So stay tuned. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up to let me know if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification so you can come on back nice and easily. Down beside the subscribe button, there is a little join button, or at least there should be. So you can click on that and check out my channel membership. And in the description box below, you will find a link to my website. I'm a professional tarot reader and astrologer, and I specialize in combining the two to create a really unique reading experience. And right now, it's the end of the year, so it's a perfect time to check out my Year Ahead Spread package. I'm super proud of it. I made a post about it on my community tab, and you can find it through that link if you go check out my services. It's the Year Ahead Spread monthly package. And there's also my email. So if you run into any trouble finding things, or if you have any questions for me, you can reach out through my email and contact me. And there's a link there for my channel membership as well, in case you do not see a join button. And that is it. I'm going to let you go here, and I will see you again very, very soon. Lots of love. Bye.